What brought me to Dr. Helgamo's office was I was having some pain in my left thumb. So whenever I grabbed anything, tried to do anything with my left hand, I got some severe pain and it never went away. It ached all the time, and if I would go to pick something up, I would get a stabbing pain in my thumb in the joint, and it just never went away. It was just a constant ache all the time, so I knew that there was a problem there. Before I came to Dr. Helgamo, I noticed that the symptoms had been going on probably for about 6 to 9 months, and it just got progressively worse. It never got better. So the worst part of the symptom was not even so much the physical pain, but the mental pain, because anytime I would go to do anything that I would have to use my left hand, I would have to stop and think about how I was going to do it. It was going to hurt if I did it. So that was the worst part, was the mental as much as the physical. And then when I did see Dr. Helgamo and I found out that it was something that could be cured and I wasn't going to have to live with it, that was a great relief. When I first came to Dr. Helgamo's office, the staff was very friendly. They made you feel very comfortable. I didn't feel anxious or so much scared, because they just explained everything to me, and it was a nice atmosphere. I had arthritis in that joint, and that it wasn't going to get any better. It was probably just going to get progressively worse. The first treatment that we did was cortisone shots into the joint, and that worked for maybe 2 or 3 months, and then it would wear off, and then I'd be back to having the pain. So I did that twice, and then I just decided to have the surgery. So now that I've had the surgery, life is pretty much back to normal. I don't have to stop and think about what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. Can I do it with my right hand instead of my left hand, because there is no pain. If every day you get up and you're thinking about how you're going to do something because you're going to be in pain, I mean, that's a big burden, and it's just a constant reminder. So now it's just life goes on as normal, and you don't have to stop and think about, can I do that because it's going to hurt or not? It's not going to hurt. When I made the decision to come see Dr. Helgamo, I knew at that point I was going to do something about it, because I didn't want to live the rest of my life knowing that I was going to have pain in this hand. Now that I've seen him and he's taken care of the problem for me, it's pain-free, so it's just a great relief. I'm an interior designer, so when I'm flipping through fabrics or wallpaper books or whatever, I use my left hand all the time. So now I can do it and there's no pain, whereas before it just constantly hurt. I had a couple questions. I called up the staff. They answered them right away. I had a little bit of a problem the day before surgery. I called, they got me in right away. I missed that appointment, and they, just kind of reworked it to get me in so that they could look at my hand before I had the surgery. So they were very accommodating. I think Dr. Helgamo is a great guy. He was very patient with me. He answers my questions in words that I can understand. Not necessarily medical terms, but something that I can relate to, and he's just always, if I have any questions, I can call him and ask him. He's wonderful. What I would tell someone about Dr. Helgamo is that he does care about his patients. For me, it was a no-brainer to have this done, because I knew that at the end I was not going to be in pain.